Okay. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jewel Talk Tuesday. I hope everybody had a great start of the week. I hope you picked out something for the week to be mindful of and work on those things this week. But this week, we're talking about the Valley experience. The Valley experience is something that people cringe when they hear about it, and I'm just looking at it from another perspective. Because when you say valley experience or you say wilderness, people are like, nope, don't want to go. I don't want to be a part of that. But the valley experience, he said, his rod and his staff shall comfort you. In the wilderness, he has provision, the manna. So it doesn't have to be a scary place. It could be a place of learning, healing, getting focused, and could be a place of peace. Because people will follow you, but when you say you going into the valley or you going into the wilderness, they don't want to go. So good, let me rest from you. So take your time to get in that valley experience and go through that valley experience. It can be a dark and scary place, as I said, but even if you look at a valley, the sunlight do come in, so you can see in the valley. And another way to look at it is, if I come to your house and you cut all the lights off and I try to walk through, I'm going to bump into everything because I don't know the layout of your house. But you can walk through it, and if it's pitch dark, you can walk through there. You won't hit no end table. You won't hit the lamp. You know where the light switch is. You know where everything is. Your valley experience is made for you. It is equipped for everything that you need, and everything in that valley experience is for you to find your treasures. Your jewels are down there. Everything that you need to heal, to be whole, to go to the next level is found in your valley experience. And if I say, okay, I'm coming to your house after you have been through your valley experience, and I say, well, I'm gonna come to your house and there's no lights, because you went through your valley experience, you can teach me how to walk through a valley, but maybe not the same valley you went through, because you have some knowledge of that to help me walk through my valley, because my valley is made for me. Your wilderness is made for you. It's not made for anybody else. They can tell you things to help you get through there, to help you be prepared, and to help you not fall or whatever like that. Last week I had the privilege of speaking on the Anointed Women's Ministry training line. It's a prayer line that comes on in the morning, and their subject was, with so many voices, how do you know that it's God's? And I was like, oh my God, that is a good one. And when you in the valley or you in your wilderness, you have to know God's voice. You have to know his character. You have to know how he moves, because there are opportunities, there are doors in your wilderness and in your valley. And sometimes we get so ready to come out. We want to get out of that situation. We'll leave too soon, or we'll take the wrong door, and we'll end up having to go back through that experience. So when you're in there, you have to brace yourself. You have to just take a deep breath, and you have to be calm, and you have to pray, and you have to focus, because there will be distractions. And if you let yourself be amped up too much, you will miss everything. You will miss some of the best opportunities in your valley and in your wilderness experience. It's just like if a fire break out, the first thing they say, don't use the elevator. Why? The elevator goes too fast, and it's connected to the electric and everything like that, but everybody wants the fast way out. They said take the steps and move slow in a single file line. And that's how you have to do when you get in your valley or your wilderness. You have to move slow and careful, and you have to be mindful of everything. You just can't be just trying to, I'm going to just take the elevator and I'm going to get down there quicker. It don't always work that way. And I just want everybody to get a better understanding of the valley experience, and to think about it when I go in my valley experience, or if you are in a valley experience, what do you need to do to get yourself back in a line where you can walk through in peace and in comfort, knowing that there's no way but up. You're going up and you're going to come out of it. But how you come out of it makes a difference too. Sometimes we can go through things and be just so exhausted by the time we get out of it because we don't wrestle with ourselves more than we have actually looked at the situation and worked through the situation. There's supposed to be joy at the end of the thing, and you can't even rejoice because you're so tired because you have fought the wrong way. It's a way to fight. Sometimes you can fight smart, and sometimes you can fight too hard and it's unnecessary. Like they always say, work hard, work smart and not hard. You want to go through your valley experience smart so you can get through there. I remember one time I was working at a job, and I had shut my finger up in one of the pressure things trying to get a valve out. And Nancy was on the other end, and I was like, I couldn't get excited. I just couldn't freak out because me looking at my finger being smashed, it's like you supposed to be screaming and hollering. But I had to be calm. And I was signaling for Nancy. I said, Nancy, come here. And she just walking. I said, Nancy, honey, come on. So she finally gets up there, and when she seen it, she was like, oh my God, Caprice, oh my God. I was like, Nancy, hit the e-stop button, and she was just freaking out. You can't allow people to see you go through your valley experience or go through your wilderness and they freak out and make you freak out. No, child, stay calm. I know this looks bad or it may be hard, but stay calm. You don't need people there to see your experience and don't understand your experience. They need to have some discernment to know we all go through valley experiences. Everything that looks one way with the natural eye, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's that way spiritually. Because spiritually, it's a growth there. Spiritually, there's a maturing there. Spiritually, there's so many gifts and stuff, and it's stirring stuff up. It's moving stuff around and everything. You have to make sure when you're in your valley experiences or when you're in your wilderness that you get with people and you connect yourself with people that are praying, that know what to say. And even if you don't tell them your situation, sometimes it's not even necessary for you to tell them what's going on. Just say, be praying. Just be praying God's will be done. And that's it. Because sometimes people be like, well, I may need to add a little something to that. You don't need to be adding nothing to it if you don't know. So we're going to just say God's will be done. Because we don't want to be fighting stuff unnecessarily. But I just thought the valley experience was something that was a great topic because we all go through it, and you're going to go through it more than once. As long as you're living, you're going to always go through that. Every time you grow, every time you mature, every time you mess up. But God is there in the valley with you. He is there walking with you, and you got to hear his voice, and you got to know. And also when I was speaking in that message, I said, just like with Isaac, he knew he was supposed to give that birthright to Esau. But when Jacob spoke, he heard it was Jacob. It's like, it's Jacob, ain't it? And then he felt and he smelt. He let his senses, his feelings change his mind. When you hear God's voice, don't let your feelings change your mind about what you're supposed to be doing, where you're supposed to be going, and what you're supposed to be saying. Sometimes it'd be like, well, this just don't feel right. I'm not going to do it. If God said it, then do it. Do it, because you can't go wrong with him. Now you can go wrong with yourself, and you can go wrong with listening to other people, but God knows the path that he has for you. So if you are going through a valley experience, I tell you, just take a deep breath, brace yourself. You're going to come out victorious. Make sure that you get all you need in your valley experience, because we don't like repeats and redos. They can be some work too. So make sure you take the time and walk through your valley experience. And it does not mean that you did something wrong all the time or you a bad person. It's just God wants you to be better. He wants you to see who you are and how you can fulfill your dreams and your goals and your promises. And you're going through to help somebody else. Don't hold your experiences to yourself. Let somebody know. Share those moments with people, because people need the answer. This world is full of people walking around wanting the answer to things. They may not ask you, or they may not ask the next person, but they need answers. Be there to give them the answers that they need so that we all can be victorious and successful at everything we do. Those who have an ear will hear. Those don't won't. But plant the seed. Don't judge them because they didn't hear you or they won't listen. Because listen, we all was told something and didn't do it. I could think of a whole lot of stuff that I was told and I didn't do it because I thought I was the smart one in this situation until after I got in there. And then I was like, you know what, they was right. So they will figure all that out. But share your valley experiences and the things that you have learned in your valley experiences. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. Remember to smile, say great things to one another, and encourage yourself. And I will see you next week on Jewel Talk Tuesday. Have a great week. Bye.